Hi, Cameron. Hope to get in touch with you because I want to confirm that you're the one who has been writing for me over the past few months. If this message does not make sense to you, that means someone is using your name to write for me. Before we get into things, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Your girl's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that she can monetize her channel and have that sweet passive income. Today's format is going to be a little different than what I usually do. We're actually going to do something of a story time, which I don't usually get to do because my life is really boring, but something, I won't say exciting because it's not exciting, but it's interesting happened to me recently, as you can probably tell by the title, and I'm just kind of going to talk you through what's been happening with my professional life that is kind of crazy, honestly. There are actually two parts to this story. One took place about a year ago and one I'm dealing with currently, so I'm going to walk you through both parts to kind of give you a big idea of what has been going on exactly. So let's get into it. This whole situation started about a year ago. I got an email from a PR person asking about an article I had written, which is very common. What's weird about this email is that they were talking about an article that I didn't remember, and that's not unheard of, so to say, because I write a lot and sometimes I forget about like old articles I've written, but I just didn't know what they were talking about, so I took the article name that they gave me and I Googled it, and it brought me to this website that I had never written for. It was not an article I had written, but lo and behold, it actually had my name on it. It said by Camryn Rabideau. Naturally, I was pretty confused, so I reached out through the site's, contact us form, and I just said, I've noticed there are several articles on your website that have my byline. Byline is just a term that means it's your name saying that you've written the article. And I was just hoping you could clarify. I don't write for you. I'm not associated with your website. Could you, take them down? Now, the website owner wrote back to me and he was like, that's really a coincidence because I also have a writer whose name is Camryn Rabideau. Now, just looking at my name, I don't have a common name. My name is not Mary Smith. I've never run into anyone with the same name as me, and if you Google my name, it's all the results that come up are me. I've gone through like every page of search results, basically. I found it very unbelievable that there not only is someone else out there with my exact same name, my exact same spelling, but that was also a freelance writer. Like the chances of that are like none, right? I wrote back to the guy and I said, I just really find that hard to believe. I've never encountered this before. Could you provide me with some sort of proof that this writer is real and isn't, just like give me their website, give me, their social media profiles, anything. If you're a freelance writer, chances are you have some sort of online presence. The guy wrote back to me and said, okay, I'll look into it. And I never heard back from him. I went and I got an intellectual property lawyer who said, I told her what was going on. And she said, let's just send this guy a cease and desist letter. That should be enough to just kind of scare him into taking your name off it and not doing it again. Long story short, we sent him a cease and desist letter. He took my name off his site completely, and to be honest, I figured it was done. My lawyer thought that this whole thing was just him trying to kind of piggyback off the success of my brand. I have good SEO, and I'm a reputable, well-respected writer, and we kind of just figured this guy was trying to just take advantage of that. And so then I just went on with my life, continued my career, and didn't think about it again. Fast forward to last month, June 2020. The world is a hot mess. Everything is going wrong. And I get this email on my professional email address. It says, Hi, Cameron. Hope to get in touch with you because I want to confirm that you're the one who has been writing for me over the past few months. If this message does not make sense to you, that means someone is using your name to write for me. The email came from the content director at a marketing agency. It looks like they do kind of SEO content for websites. Not something I usually do. And so I wrote back to him. I was like, I haven't been writing for you. I've never heard of your company. I don't know who you are. So I'd love to hear what has been going on because something similar to this has happened to me before. Here, I'm just going to read you his email because I will not do a good job summarizing it. Hi, Camryn. The reason I'm reaching out is exactly because I didn't believe that this writer is you. Well, after a few months. I think it has been 4 or 5 months of working with this writer, and he or she gave me your actual website to convince me that he or she is you. Believe it or not, I actually did my due diligence before hiring, and he or she was so convincing that nothing gave this identity theft away. Everything this person used was from your website or your portfolio. Until recently, because we had a PayPal, I asked for bank accounts for my writers, and Camryn wasn't able to provide me with a US bank account to transfer payment to. In the end, she gave me an account. I paid it, but the name shows it as a different name that I'm not going to put in this video because for some reason I'm being nice to the person who stole my identity. She told me that it was her husband, and because I was so busy, I didn't think much about it. This week, I asked my writers to make videos of themselves to motivate the team during these COVID-19 times, and again, Camryn had issues doing a video of herself. I started to get suspicious, so I researched your Twitter account to see if anything gave it away, but I couldn't find anything, so I decided to email you on your website in a bid to solve the mystery. LOL. Not really LOL, dude, but whatever. Now that you've informed me, I'm so glad I'll be able to call him or her out. I'm not sure how you can prevent this in the future, and I'm pretty sure this person will continue to impersonate you whenever he or she gets the chance. And believe it when I say this person is really successful at making others believe they're dealing with the real Camryn Rabideau. The clients that regularly work with you won't be fooled, but potential clients might. By the way, this person sent out an email blast reaching my company, and that was the first contact, so God knows how many other emails landed in the laps of SEO agencies. The good news is that you can consider yourself famous, but the not so good news, their writing skills aren't great. I tried to fire Camryn once already, but relented for a second chance, so this person is just destroying your reputation. Maybe you need to put it on your website as a banner so that potential clients know the only email address you will use is your current one. Sorry we have to meet this way, but thanks for helping me clear this up. Take care. That is such a shitty email to receive. It's just baffling to me. I was just dumbstruck. Someone is quite literally pretending to be me in order to get jobs. I understand that freelance writing is really competitive. It's a hard field to break into, but I mean, I would hope I wouldn't have to say that, like, pretending to be someone else, using someone else's portfolio in order to get jobs is not going to accomplish anything. Like I mentioned, we thought the initial kind of situation that happened last year was, this guy just putting my name on stuff that he had written. But now that I'm thinking about it, now that this has happened, it kind of seems like that first website might have actually been working with someone pretending to be me. That this person who is pretending to be me, working as me, may very well have been doing this for more than a year now. And that's just terrifying to me. If they've been doing this consistently, I've only figured out about it twice. And both times it was because someone else contacted me. It definitely seems like the person smartened up and stopped writing byline work because, if my name's going to be on it, it's going to be easier for me to find. But with, SEO agencies, marketing agencies, a lot of the work you do doesn't have your name on it at all. And so he could be working for a dozen agencies pretending to be me and just reaping the benefits without, and I genuinely would have no way of ever knowing unless somehow his finances get tied into mine. Of course, then this brings up the issues that I have to deal with of, okay, if somehow this person is filing income under my name, is the IRS going to come after me for not paying the taxes? So I've had to deal with, my accountant. I am monitoring like my credit cards, my credit score, everything just to make sure that This person is not in some way messing up my finances by pretending to be me, by working as me. Now I keep saying him, his, because the name that the marketing director gave me is a male. I've Googled it. There's not a lot to be found. All that comes up is a Twitter account of a man who lives in Kenya. That's it. There's no Facebook, no actual writing portfolio, no website, no nothing. And so, yeah, all I have is an email address right now for this person. It's frustrating. Most people's first question when they hear about this whole thing is, okay, well, what are you doing about it? And frankly, the answer is nothing. I've done nothing about it. It's been suggested that I take legal action, similar to what I did last year, which I'm still considering, but frankly, with everything going on in the world, my business it's suffered. It's not bad. I can still pay all my bills and live comfortably, but I don't have necessarily the same level of extra cash flow that I did last year. And lawyers are not cheap. Just to send one cease and desist letter was over $1,000. So I imagine something this complex is gonna be even more expensive. I've talked to a couple of people, we have friends who are lawyers, and basically what they've told me is that yes, you can pursue legal action, but it's not going to be easy, and the chances of you getting anything out of it are pretty slim, especially because from the very limited information I have, it seems as though this person doesn't even live in the United States, and if that is the case, legal recourse is super limited and it's going to be very expensive, and it's not something I can necessarily pay for. And even if you do sue this person, there's no guarantee that they have the money to pay you. So I'm kind of just shit out of luck. The other thing that has been suggested to me is that, I report to the police. It is technically a crime, but again, don't know where this person is. It's not like I know this person. I have no way to track this person. I have their email address, but again, they very well could have just closed their email address and opened a new one. It's that simple. Really, I've done nothing, and it drives me crazy because I am the victim here. Someone is taking advantage of all the hard work I've done, everything I've built in my career thus far. Someone is just like borrowing it for their own gain. And that's really frustrating in the fact that I'm on the losing end of it. And if I want it to stop, I have to pay thousands of dollars in legal bills. Is just so frustrating to me. I really don't know what to do. I just don't have the money to go on a wild goose chase around the world trying to find the person that's using my information to catfish companies. It's ridiculous. Anyway, ranting aside, there's not much I can do about it right now besides, put it out in the world that someone is pretending to be me online. And if, you ever have doubts about whether the person you're talking to, whether in a professional or a personal context, is who they say they are, you should really take steps to find out, because in today's day and age, it's very easy to commit identity theft thanks to the internet. The internet gives me life, and it also ruins my life. So that's that. I'm more than open to suggestions on how I can deal with this, what I could do in the future to prevent this. Anything, just tell me I'm pretty. That's also accepted. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got for today. That's all that's going on in life. Beyond that, just staying home, doing my part to social distance, which is fine by me because I do not enjoy other people. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button or consider subscribing. I put out lots of content about freelance writing, product reviews, and just my life as a freelancer. So if you'd like to see more of that, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Naturally, as soon as I decide to start filming, the cat's like, hey, let me go to the bathroom right next to you. His litter box is right there. And yeah, he's currently just doing his business. So thank you for that nugget. Really? He's just like up in my business today. Please take your time. Especially, anybody want a free cat? Free cat. Cat for sale. Can you go do something else? Anything else? Now he's pouting.